Mickey Talks.
Hey everybody, it is Mickey Talks episode 22. Today, if you were here from the beginning, you saw the new intro. You heard the new intro song.
It's been stuck in my head for 2 days straight now.
You know what? Hey, listen, let's just I got to do this, buddy, because it means everything to me, Matt. I never thought somebody would do this for me or us. Listen, buddy.
Mickey Talks.
What an appropriate day to debut our new theme song.
Yeah. Mickey rolls by the minute, thinking in and out of the
I think it's a hit, man.
You know what's crazy? So Dennis Shockett, who was one of my first guests, said to me after the show, Mickey, I love the show. You guys were great. You know, you were awesome. Thank you so much. Vice versa. I love Dennis. And he said, hey, man, if I can ever do anything, I said, jokingly, I go, write me a theme song. I swear to you, 2 hours later, an acoustic guitar and his voice on a phone came back with that song.
I know. It's a hit. It really is.
It's a smash.
Yeah.
And joining us right now, a guy that knows a hit when he hears one, from 100.7 The Bay, Huber in the Morning. It's Steve Huber. Hey, buddy.
Hey, happy to be here.
Before we jump in, let me tell people, remind them to share this on Facebook.
Yeah, do all that stuff. What do we do?
Like our YouTube channel, subscribe to it, rather. It's at Mickey Pod on Facebook. And a couple of quick guests that we have coming on next week. Scott Spivey, musician, coming in.
By the way,
on
one
Tuesday.
of the best guitar players, songwriters, singers
Yeah.
I've ever come across in this town in my life. The guy, and what a gentleman on top of it. You're going to love this dude.
Ed Hale coming in on Wednesday of next week as well. I forgot to mention, we got our first troll comment, too. We can talk about that if you want.
I wish we could stick it up on the damn. I wish we could. Steve, by the way, hello. We said hello and then went away from you.
That's all right.
How are you, man?
I am doing great. Doing
It's
very well.
Great to have. How's waking up at 4:30 in the morning?
You know how bad it is.
I do.
You never get used to it. I mean, you can get used to not doing it in a day,
Right.
but you never get used to doing it.
It's really. I try to explain to people it's the most grueling lifestyle you could ever live.
It's worse than the overnights.
Well,
way worse.
What I think you don't think about is you think about getting up at 4:30.
Sure.
And you think that that's the hard part. The hard part is going to bed at 8.
At 8.
When the rest of the world is just putting dinner away and going to settle in to watch a show or a sports game or something like that.
Or an award ceremony.
Anything.
The Oscars. I mean.
And guess what your job is the next day?
Talk
all about all that stuff that happens after you go to bed.
Yeah.
How many times are you really in bed at 8 o'clock?
Never. I mean, but that's what I shoot for because
I'm with you. I'm
late to everything I do. So if I shoot for going to bed at 8, I got a shot of being in bed by 9:30.
Now, I used to try to be in bed, no lie. 9 o'clock, I was like, all right, I can get 6.5, 7 hours, maybe a nap tomorrow and during the day, and then I got shows at night, whatever. You just get to a point where you just go, screw it, I'm living like a zombie.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
I mean, that's every Thursday for me because we started this open mic at Das Beer Hall.
Which is my favorite open mic now.
Thank you. And
it's so much fun.
We have gotten a lot of positive reviews from the guys who come out and do it because there's actually people there to watch and laugh.
Good
and an
crowd
and
people
stuff.
are into it.
I mean, not every time.
The food is amazing too.
Das
That's what
Beer
I
Hall
love
are
about
great
it,
hosts. Yeah, we're happy about that. But to your point, it's like I want to do this and I can't do it at 3 p.m. You have to start at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So I'm going to bed 10:30 on Thursdays, and it just is what it is. And
in case anybody's wondering, Steve.
Mickey Talks.
It's like the Beatles wrote a song for us.
You know what we really need? We need a house band in here playing this for us.
Yeah. You know what we need? One of those guys that he ties a drumstick to his hand while he plays guitar.
Right. A one-man
band. Yeah, if we got a one-man band, that would be amazing. What do you think?
I think that's our next pick.
Yeah.
I think you should do this song, but the next time do it as AC/DC, and then the next time do it as Duran Duran. Just do that same.
What's funny you say that because when I first heard it, I was like, if this was punked up a little bit, it would sound awesome.
Dennis said to me point blank when he gave it to me, Dennis Shockett, he said, you want me to rock this thing up? I know you're a rock guy. He's like, this is how, I'm a Beatles guy. I'm like, don't freaking change a thing.
Oh, it's great. The harmonies are amazing.
The thing I love about it is because I consider this a TV show. As
Yeah.
dumb as that sounds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I'm doing a TV
the
show.
video and the
Yeah.
lighting and
Yeah,
when you
like-
stand here, it feels a lot like being on TV.
So, and I loved 70s, 80s sitcoms. And that song just reminds me of like a theme song for
You
an,
almost at the end there with that guitar strum, you almost want to see like a butler come in and do something wacky.
that's what I,
Wow, that's so fun.
dude.
The conversation he and I just had off air before
It's
we went on.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
exact same thing.
That
Dude.
wacky butler.
We're gonna. I put that intro together today, video wise. Just a bunch of old pictures of Matt and I and our families and friends and things we've done with our career. But the actual opening is going to be, and we're going to shoot it next week. We're going to do like that silly stuff, like we both get out of our car and almost
Oh,
bump our
yeah.
doors.
Like a Mentos
Yes.
commercial,
Like a
you know?
Laverne and Shirley a
Laverne-
little
exactly.
bit. Yeah.
A montage
It's a-
opening.
It lends itself to that big time.
And
it's
it's
hilarious.
Yeah, and I think that's the way I'm treating this show, man.
You want to hear a troll comment?
Yeah.
Please.
So this was on YouTube, right?
Yeah, this is YouTube. So this is probably who knows where this person's from. It doesn't say, of course.
Right.
But I love it. It's such a backhanded compliment all the way through this. It's man, I love watching these random, never heard of podcasts. It's kind of sad, but you never know. They could blow up. Good job, guys. I really enjoyed the sponsored segment in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah, brought to us by Barnes Paving, by the way. That's how show works, buddy. BarnesPaving.com. That's BARNES paving.com. Go to their website or give them a call at 443-243-3710. If you mention Mickey Talks, you get 10% off at Barnes Paving, and they're going to help you with all your paving and asphalt needs. They can do everything, commercial, residential, seal coating, crack fill, anything you need. They serve the entire metro area. Once again, barnespaving.com, BARNES paving.com, or give them a call, please, right away at 443-243-3710.
I gotta say,
Yeah,
I think that guy's just hedging his bet, right?
Totally.
Because if you blow up, he's there and he can say, "No, I was being serious.
I
I support
I
it."
thought you guys had a
Right.
real shot.
And if you
Right.
die a horrible death, then he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I hate those guys."
Yeah. And the funny thing is, a guy like that, like two guys that don't know anything about podcasting, right?
Right.
What's the guy's name? It's like T-800.
T-800. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but
Who knows?
yeah, whatever. But T-800, thank you.
It's like one of those names that could blow up or it could not. It could
yeah, exactly.
It could
Right.
be really cool or it could
He
be
could be
super
a total
dumb.
douche.
Right.
Yeah, either way. We don't know. We'll just see how it goes with you, T. We're going to call him T from now on.
Right.
You know what we should start doing
It's our
to that
first
guy?
fan. What?
We should on this show. Is there a way to like hashtag him?
T800.
Yeah, we could hashtag
Hey
him.
T, wondering what you thought of this show. Just engage the guy. He has no idea who he's
We
messing
should have
with.
him on the show. We should,
100%. Oh,
Who
wish
knows?
we-
It could be like Aaron Spelling looking for like the
Yeah.
next big
Yeah.
TV star.
yeah, T800. I'm seeing what they're doing in the podcast world now. Steve, so you and I guess, what year did you start at 98 Rock? 98?
So I was an intern in the year of 1998. Yeah.
Wow. And I was doing, at that time, Kirk, Mark, and Lopez just as a
You were just a
comedian.
guest that would come in quite a bit. I was just a college kid,
Yeah.
hanging up banners and tossing out T-shirts. And
I remember I forget what, it might have been a Preakness. And you were just an intern or something, but you put on a drinking exhibition that caught the eye, I think, of most of the station.
And
Said,
you had the long hair back then.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I remember it might have been Rick Strauss, I think, was the PD back
he was.
then.
Yep.
And he caught you drinking and he said, I think this kid's got it. He might have a future in radio. Have you seen this kid drink? This is for real.
And that was the only place that you could work where you got yelled at for
For
not
not drinking.
drinking. Yeah.
Dave Hill, this is no lie, in Mexico. We're doing the Ravens bikini thing in Mexico. And it's about 9:00 at night. And Jen and I believe, were doing the night show then. Or was it Amelia? I don't remember. And
I think it was Amelia.
I think it was
I
Jen
think
because I remember
I think
having
Amelia
fun.
got hired right before the very first spring fling.
Is that what it was?
I think it
Okay,
was,
maybe it was
yeah.
Amelia. Anyway, so I'm doing the night show with Amelia, and Dave comes up, and we got like 2 hours to go, and he brings me a beer, right? And he goes, here, you can have one. And I go, I'll wait till I'm done. And he looks at me with utter disgust, like I let my dad down. What do you mean you're not going to drink right now?
Right.
I've been drinking since February. What the hell's wrong with you? But that culture that we lived in for that long,
It'll never happen again.
ever, no
Yeah.
corporation in the world.
And honestly, that one probably didn't really.
No,
It wasn't probably really supposed to be happening then either.
of course it wasn't.
Now you never really drank a lot,
I'm not a drinker, really, still to this
but
day.
I remember one time in particular. and
I've
this-
had moments.
This memory came back to me not too long ago because I was in that area for one reason or another.
What'd I do, Steve?
We were doing a ski event, and was it Liberty or Round
Liberty.
Top up there near Gettysburg, right?
When the whole crowd was in, and I just took
we
up
went to this local bar there called the Ott House.
the Odd House.
And we went into the Ott House, and we ordered shots, and we ordered drinks, and I think you lip sync Purple Rain or break danced on the middle of the bar.
Was that when Honor Among Thieves was playing there?
I don't know. It's all a blackout to me. But what I remembered about it was you were literally breakdancing, like
Yeah.
you were going nuts, and then poof, you were just gone.
You saw him breakdance?
Breakdance.
Dude,
I've never seen the breakdance.
And the best part was too, like after a night of crazy drinking and food or whatever we wanted to do, went up to the bar and it was like $29.43.
yeah. The $18. What? There was 30 of us.
I'm moving here.
Yeah, I'm
I
moving.
now live here.
What is that? Emmitsburg?
I believe it's
Emmitsburg, Maryland. Is that PA? Emmitsburg, Maryland.
I think it is Maryland.
I think it's
I think
Maryland.
it's Maryland,
Then I
yeah.
think you go right, literally leave the town limits,
If you
and
make
you're
a
in
right,
PA.
I think you go to PA.
That's
Make
exactly
a left,
right.
you go to Mount St. Mary's. That's
Exactly.
all that's up
Yep,
there that
yeah,
I know of.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's pretty wild. I love that. I love the Odd House. The Odd House is a bar restaurant. Been there since like the inception of the town, and it's like firemen because the national. People don't realize this. Emmitsburg has the National Fireman Academy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe I'm saying that properly. If a fireman wants to get on the chat,
That's where they had the big building that they set on fire, the structure, right?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's like all that stuff's behind it or whatever. But anyway, so it's a fireman's bar. Like you walk in and there's patches from all over the country.
That's right.
And my dad, we used to go on this golf trip every year there to Carroll Valley, which is Ski Liberty, same mountain. And we'd go in there every couple times a week when we'd go up for that golf trip. And my dad had a lot of fireman friends. So like they would sit around and talk to the owner. It was a fun place. I love that
We had
place.
a blast. But that was the only time I ever saw you get like
Yeah.
completely out of your mind.
One Preakness infield party, I was fine till about 4:00 in the afternoon. And I had won a bunch of like lucky bets. And I forget Raymond the Amish comic and Larry the Cable Guy and me did comedy. Do you remember that year?
I do. One of them bit it.
I don't wanna
wasn't
say
Larry,
who.
but one of them bit it.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I actually went first. No, Raymond went first, then me, then Larry.
Yeah.
But about 4:00, somebody gave me a beer, and then they bet me how fast I could drink it, and I did it, and I was like, "Oh, that tasted good." Had another one, quick. When I got to my, by the way, anytime if I get to a third beer, I start to feel it. I do. I probably drank 6 beers. That's it. I needed a ride home, and somebody else had to drive my car. It's 6 beers.
Yeah.
I haven't had a beer since I think 2006, 5, 6, something like that.
You don't drink at all since
no.
you
If
quit drinking.
If I had one beer right now,
Your life's over?
I'd feel it for sure.
But
My
did you-
life would be over.
But I'm saying, did you quit because you're an alcoholic, or you just?
No. I mean, I've always been a lightweight, really.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I know right now one beer
Yeah,
would have me buzzing pretty hard. I'm sure.
yeah. I mean, I think I had a beer a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
I think I had one just because somebody, what do you want to drink? And you're at a bar,
Yeah.
and then your buddy likes to drink, or and they're like, you want? What do you want? And, you get tired of going. I have a ginger ale
Right.
or a sweet tea. So I just go, I'll take a Miller Lite, right, or whatever it was, and I drank one beer, and then I can ginger ale. Nobody notices.
Right.
It's like you got to do that honorary beer for
Just
everybody.
to get out of somebody asking you.
Yeah.
You maybe
No,
have
I can drink a half a bottle of GM Grand Marnier in a night, and it's weird. It mellows me. It's like wine, beer, whiskey, and vodka. I think I'm 5'8". I want to fight everybody. You know what I mean? It makes me think I'm a big person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like an angry drunk.
it just makes me not be able to deal with bullshit. Like,
the worst hangover I've ever had in my entire life was
Yeah.
because of Grand Marnier. We were in one of those
it's all that shit.
tropical things that we
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And I was in the lobby bar of this beautiful, palatial.
That was Excurrent. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So the lobby bar was real ornate and pretty, and all the bars would close except for the lobby bar.
The
it
lobby
would stay
bar.
open all night long. And
24
then at
hours.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
The other bars would open up,
Yep.
but you could stay in the lobby
Yep.
bar all night long. And I'm drinking there with Rob Mayer, the
Yeah.
comedian Rob Mayer, and we are drinking GM out of pint glasses, like neat out of pint
Full
glasses.
16 ounces of Grand Marnier.
So I was
You
down
could have
there-
been in Crushing Day with that kind of goddamn
I was
consumption.
down there to be the producer for the night show. That was my job that week because I wasn't on the air, but we each,
Who was doing nights then? Stash?
it was Joe Robinson.
Oh, wow. And Rob Mayer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
guys.
so
No, Joe and
Theo. So I drank with Rob Mayer,
Yeah.
and I was late to producing
The night
the
show.
night show
Wow.
because of the hangover I had from that.
Wow.
Like, it's one thing to be late, for a 9 a.m. meeting or something.
Yeah.
But when you're late
When
for
you
a
gotta be
show
at
that
work at
starts at
7:30
p.m.
And you're late. And you're on an island. There was no traffic.
Yeah, right.
There was no
Right, you
accidents.
just have to walk from your room.
You had to
the
walk
pool hut.
outside and he would have been on time.
Yeah.
He was late.
That was real, man. That
Hey,
was awful.
Do you remember God, what was that? Place? I don't remember where we were, but
It's so funny. They not
It was
only
the
did
Bahamas.
resorts blur together. I don't remember what island half those things took place on.
I get confused between Mexico and the Bahamas
and the Dominican a few times.
Yeah.
I never remember.
Yeah,
where they
it's
all
pretty
were.
weird. But I do remember the Bahamas. We had met the night before from New Edition.
Oh yeah.
Whitney Houston's husband, Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
was there. And I talked to him. So I said, hey, man, you got to come do my show tomorrow. And he's like, oh, yeah, I do it, man. We're going to be there. It's going to be so much fun. I'm like, listen, man, 8 o'clock sharp. You got to be there. I'm going to be there by 8. I go, we're going on. That's your break, 8 o'clock. No problem. 7:59, no Bobby Brown. And I'm like, screw this. I turned the entire PA
I remember
of
this
the
like it was
radio
yesterday.
station towards the entire hotel.
That's
It was
hilarious.
Matt. It was one of those like court. Like the pool was in the center. And there's like 2 towers on either side.
And I'm
then
in
we were at,
dead
like, the-
center.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just echoed and billowed off of
I
the.
cranked it as loud as I could and played Candy Girl by New Edition. Am I lying? Within 3 minutes,
Dude,
he comes
not
running out of the door. And while the music's playing, I'm on a microphone going, get down here, Bobby Brown. Where you at, Bobby Brown?
And not only did Bobby come running, but like you'd see the curtains would
Curtains for
open,
all
the
these-
actually got
sliding
out of
doors
bed for
would
that?
open.
That
I'm
is
talking everybody in the
hilarious.
resort got out of bed.
Yeah.
They're all walking
I
out of their
woke up.
balconies looking like, what are these idiots doing out here?
I woke up an entire resort
Yeah,
at 8 in the morning.
including Bobby Brown.
Including-
Oh, that's rough.
Then he
I'd
came
be
and
so
did-
mad at you.
Then he came and did the show.
Yeah.
He did.
And he was phenomenal. And he gets on the air. I'll never forget it. He gets on the air and he goes, man, y'all gangsters.
That's great, man.
It was
I think
so.
he was shocked that you had the balls to wake up the entire
The
resort
entire resort
just to
got
get him
woken
to
up.
come out.
It was so hilarious,
Where were you
man.
broadcasting from? It was like a water slide or something.
No,
it was like
so-
a rock structure by the pool, if I remember
So
right.
what it was this pool at this resort had a slide,
It
like,
was like a crow's nest.
and then above it was like a place that was like a. I don't even know why they built it.
I
It
don't know
didn't
either.
make sense, but
no, that's where we were, though.
you looked out over all of the entire exterior of the resort. It was an amazing place to do the show from, right next to the ocean, the sun. It was just incredible.
It was
It
either the
was.
best place or the worst place. It's gotta
Yeah,
be tough
yeah.
getting up to go to work.
Yeah,
there, you
yeah.
know?
But God, dude, that was so funny. Just
At that
Yeah.
point, I was doing nights with Justin, and let me tell you, at night it was the worst place.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody was at dinner.
yeah, no
and we're all
man's
like,
land.
we're funny too. Come
Right.
see us.
We're funny too. That's hysterical. Yeah, no, it was a wild time, man. It was that Bobby Brown thing.
It
What
was a
is your
blast.
favorite 98 Rock memory in all the years you were there? Like, if one event,
So
one
I'll tell you,
thing.
I know it right, and
Yeah.
it came to me pretty instantly. I was still relatively low ranks. I wasn't doing anything on the air yet or anything.
Right.
And at Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, we did the Lopez roast.
I was
And
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm nobody, right?
Right.
So I don't get to go up,
right.
but I did because
Yes.
I made a PowerPoint like slideshow
Presentation.
with a bunch of comments about Lopez, and like I wrote the whole thing and put it together, and it killed.
I remember it.
It absolutely killed, and that was the first time like I actually got to kind of be on this side of the microphone from being.
Did you fall in love with it right away?
Instantly.
It's wild, isn't it?
Instantly.
Yeah. That roast was incredible, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
It was like 700 people there, if you guys remember.
Yeah, I was up on the podium and I talked, and the pictures in the background,
we're
and it
behind
ended with a fire extinguisher. I think the
Correct.
engineer Carey at the time came out with a fire extinguisher and squirted it because Lopez had done that in the studio, and, and that was
Dude,
so that was a high
phenomenal
watermark
event.
for me. It really was, and just what it meant, not knowing what we know now, just what it meant at the time, and everybody was really. It was kind of the end of that era and then the beginning of the next era.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of after that is when I came into the mornings. And then I don't even know how long I did it. I think 10 years, 8 years, something like that. Did the mornings. But you were, I mean, by then you were the assistant program director.
And it's funny because the only outlet I had to be creative and funny was on the website.
Yeah.
Like I got to post photos from the event. So we'd come back from Preakness and there'd be 500 pictures and I'd pick, 50 of them and I would write comments.
They
under
were
them.
hilarious.
And it got a lot of attention and it got a lot of attention for me at least to be able to kind of start being creative and writing stuff.
So Steve, now that you're doing mornings on the Bay, what do you find the biggest difference is? And you're still doing both because you're the program director as well. What do you hate about being on air? What do you hate about programming?
I'll tell you, it's a weird thing to kind of do it and then tell somebody else how to do it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm the boss and I'm the one that's supposed to tell you how to do your show. And then I'm going to go do my show. And if I don't do everything I tell you, then I feel like an idiot. It's like do as I say, not as I do sometimes. You know what I mean? It's a tough. I mean, Matt, you were there with me for a while. It's a weird feeling. It's like,
dude, you're an easy guy to work for and you're a helpful guy to work for.
I
there are a lot of people who
speak for yourself, man. I never found this son of a bitch enjoyable. Not one day. I'm kidding. Everything's so true. Yeah.
And that, I have a admitted ADHD brain. I talk about it all the time on the radio. And one of the things people with ADHD struggle with is transition. So, but every day I have to transition from, trying to be creative and spur of the moment and funny to sitting in front of a computer and answering emails and making decisions and having meetings and stuff too. And it's really tough to turn that corner. Every day. I kind of wish I could just stay goofy, funny and go out and, do some videos or write or whatever. But it kind of having to make that left turn every day is a struggle.
I get it, man. I really do. And you know what else I get? I get that people like you love the programming side of it.
I do.
I know. So and there's a part of you probably that doesn't want to lose that. But there's also a part of you that like, this sucks. God, I'm sick of doing this. Am I right?
Yeah, I wish I could do like 3 days a week at one and then 2 at the other and not have to intermix them or whatever.
Just so we're clear, I wish I never did that, what you do. Like that part of it, the program director job, man, that's a special kind of dude. Like that you can have both of those skill sets. I can't do it.
Yes, you could. I think you could because a lot of it is being put in situations and information gathering and you kind of just take it all in at one time and you just like feel it out and I don't know, man. I love meetings. I hate them, but I love it because I love getting engulfed by what's going on and trying to like problem solve in the moment. It's almost like doing improv or something. It's like
I agree with that part. I love brainstorming.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like, yeah.
What I don't like is when they go, okay, how do we do it? That's when I always go, I got to go to the bathroom. You guys figure it out. Tell me when and where.
Yeah,
that's the part I'm not good at either.
Yeah,
it's like this is a great idea. Now let's set up a date to do this, and somebody send out an invite to do this.
Right.
And that's where
somebody call the venue, and somebody call the opening acts, and somebody talk to somebody about money, and somebody. No, thanks. I'm going to show up and perform. You guys figure everything else out. Yeah. And that's why we're doing this show. If you look at who does everything here, it's clearly, look at my hands. The whole show, my hands are right here.
No hands.
Matt, cut the camera to you. Look, I'm telling you right now, look at Matt, right? His arm is reached out to the side.
I'm like a ventriloquist puppet.
He's actually editing the show as we go with the cameras, plus writing the news.
And he's ordering Instacart on his phone, and he's got dinner recipes text to his wife.
I think I'm going to take up piano. I really am going to take up piano.
Steve, earlier Matt and I were talking, as this show's growing and we're figuring, like today we broadcast through software and it went to YouTube, it went to my page, Matt's page all simultaneously. But as I'm watching the numbers, like the chat room, it's smaller. Like I can't figure out all this
I'm
stuff.
gonna look
Matt.
at the chat room because this aggregates all the
I don't know if there's. I haven't gotten a chat. I don't know how it works when you do it this way. Steve, I want to ask you something. When you first started doing mornings,
Yeah.
did you feel confident because you had worked at a place that had good morning? I'm not talking about me.
No.
But like you came with Justin was doing it still, and you had a good morning. You understood how it worked.
So I will tell you, I feel like I'm trying to think of who, like a Josh Johnson type. Like I took like mental reps.
Yeah,
For
I hear you.
so long,
Right.
being in it and being there's a documentary out of there. It's called like 10 Feet from Stardom or 5.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
20 feet from Stardom.
It's about backup singers
Backup
or whatever,
singers.
right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I was that like for
Yeah.
my entire career. Like I wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. I loved Steve Martin. I loved Don and Mike and Kirk, Mark and Lopez
Of course.
and all that. And I studied it. I didn't just watch it to enjoy it. I like studied
Yeah,
it.
me
Like
too.
I took it all in.
Yeah.
So it really, I had been doing it. It was just a matter of opening my mouth instead of just doing it in my head. I felt like I'd been doing it for so long. I know that seems weird, but
No,
it's
it's
just
not
like,
weird at all. I totally get it. I get that
it's like
100%.
being on the practice squad and taking mental reps or whatever, and then getting the quarterback breaks his arm, and now you go out there and it's like, yeah, I
Now,
can do this.
I know that you do a solo show, basically. I mean, I know you have
yeah.
people in it, but it's not like you have, like I had a cast. Yeah, I had Amelia, I had Josh doing news, I had traffic, I had sports. I had so much clock around me that it was easy going. You're a lot more on your own. Like you don't have somebody that can just start talking for 5 minutes if you don't feel like saying anything.
Yeah, that never happens.
Right. That's what I mean.
I always feel like saying everything. That's what I'm saying. I like, this, I'm envious of what you're doing here to an extent in that I love to paint pictures
Yeah.
with words. I love to
Yeah.
sit and describe something. I'll spend 10 minutes describing I just did it a minute ago with the
Yeah.
bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like
of course.
to do that before I even start telling the story.
Yeah.
And with attention spans the way they are and the mediums the way they are, it's really hard to know how that works these days.
for
If you can
traditional
really,
for traditional broadcasting.
yeah,
right?
to be able to lean into a slow pace. I mean, when you're quiet for more than a second
Yeah.
on the radio, it feels like it's an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
You almost feel obligated to keep the pace going. But you think about some of those older shows, even like early Stern, he'd be quiet so long, I'd check my tuner to
He
see
would
if
just-
it was
I
still
remember
tuned
that. I
in.
remember
He would
that,
just
for
stop.
sure.
I used to do it on the morning show.
Yeah.
Like I would say something, then I would think, and Amelia or Scott or Josh would be like, they'd make a noise, and I go, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Like, what's a big deal?
Chewing on the air.
Yeah.
Your breakfast,
I used to eat.
Yeah.
At live events, I'd smoke. I'd vape here. I never understood. And Steve, as a boss, maybe you can explain it. I prided myself, is that the right word? Not giving a crap, but I cared in that the show was funny.
Right.
But like all the radio-y stuff, I never cared. Did that bother you guys?
Not me.
It never bothered you that I
no,
didn't care?
I like that. I mean, that's reality radio, and I think people are attracted to that realness.
One of the people on the local radio that made me want to do it was Johnny Riggs from
Dude.
HFS, and he had a similar, I call it a slacker
Yeah,
style or
yeah.
whatever. It wasn't.
Russ Motla, to me, you probably don't remember Russ, but Russ Motla was the program director at 90 Rock and did afternoons. And
Love
Matt will tell
Russ's
you,
show.
that
Yeah.
show was my favorite radio show. I mean, it was just so much
So-
fun.
You've been to my house and you've
Yeah.
been to that bar I have in the garage.
Amazing.
I want the show to feel like that. Like
Yeah.
I want to feel like if you have to go pee, just get up and pee. If
I
you
did it a
walk
couple
in-
weeks ago, right, Matt?
If you walk in
Yeah.
the middle of a sentence, join in.
Join
like, I don't,
in.
You know what I mean? I
I'm
don't
the
want to
same
care
way.
about that. I think people get caught up in that because there's not a lot of ways to quantify what we do.
Yeah.
And if you post a song and if you hit the top of the hour, those are little benchmarks to give yourself a pat on the back for if you need that to quantify what you're doing. But I don't know that they're necessary.
I said this to Dave Hill one time. I realized later maybe it's an insult. I do realize that. I didn't mean it as one.
I
though.
know what you mean, though.
But I said to him he was telling me how to do something on air. And I said to him, hey, Dave, I don't mean to be like a jerk, but like, I'm pretty good at this. We're number one. Like, why are you doing? I don't come in here and tell you what songs to play. Like, I get what you're trying, but like, you're telling me how to be funny. Like, and it might have been Rick. I don't know who it was. I'm saying Dave, but I was like, I don't get this. Like, I'll take criticism if I mess something up, but
you
don't
gotta
tell
think
me how to
about
time things and then all that crap. And you got to say, by the way, talking to Steve Huber, 100.7, you got to reset and time checks. And by the way, if anybody's wondering, live, it is 5:31 p.m. I'm not sure the temperature outside, but like all that crap, I'm like, oh my God. Like, first of all, anybody listening to the radio knows the temperature.
They can
Pretty
just
much.
put their window down.
Yeah, just open up a window.
Right on your dash now.
Yeah, now
for
it's
most
on your
people,
dash
right?
if
Yeah,
you're in your
yeah.
car. And if you're home, walk outside.
Yeah.
Like, God, all that stuff. And it used to drive me crazy. Now, Amelia was great at it. She was like a trained radio person. I'd be in the middle of interviewing somebody, and the only thing she'd say for a half hour is, 7:31, we're here with whoever. Then I'd go back to talking, but like, I just never understood that. Does it matter?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you funny is funny, but funny is not quantifiable, especially
Right.
with radio. You
Yeah.
you can't look out in the audience and
Right.
see laughs. You can't look at your
Right.
likes or your shares or
Right.
your comments or whatever.
You're
So
right.
Those other things are quantifiable, and sometimes I think you use those to just kind of keep track of what's
Going on around
Yeah,
you. Yeah, I
don't
get it.
know.
I
don't
get it.
know.
I don't either. I think it's all stupid. Here on this show, Steve, stupidity is the rule of the law, or the law, whatever.
Stupidity
Law
is
rule.
king.
I think
Yeah.
too, though, you had a comfort level coming from a stand-up background.
Yeah, I'm comfortable talking.
That you don't need those crutches
Yeah.
or those things. A lot
Yeah.
of people need those crutches. They can't just keep going and going
Oh,
and going.
that
But
part.
I'm in the same boat as you, dude. I could just go forever.
Yeah. Let me ask you, changing the subject. I know you're a big music guy.
I am.
You have a very eclectic music taste as well.
Insanely eclectic, yeah.
Are you excited for the Oasis reunion like I am?
I actually just filled out a survey today, like from them about, do you want to get
What is
get notifications for like fan events, and do you want to like meetups and photo ops, and I was just like, yes. I'm an idiot for
Are
that.
you going to go to any of them?
I do not have tickets, unfortunately.
Now, you're a program director of a radio station 20 years ago. That would have been no problem.
Yeah.
You call it label.
Today, they don't care. Led Zeppelin doesn't care if I play another song of theirs
Right.
or not, or AC/DC.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't have any. The juice has been squeezed out of your boy.
I also know, that's funny. I also know you're a big fan of,
I'm an Anglophile when it comes to music.
I get
to
that.
begin with.
but you also love new, unknown stuff.
I go to South by Southwest in Austin every year to
Are you
see
familiar-
bands that are nobodies, and I love it. It's my favorite.
I have a new band that I think is going to one day be something, and that's Red Clay Strays.
I know them, yeah.
That dude, to me, I love that dude.
Yeah.
Anybody listening to this, check that band out, Red Clay Strays. I don't know if they're country. I don't know
It's
what
like Southern rock kind
Americana.
of. Yeah.
It's a wild. I love that dude.
I mean, to say country now, it's like most popular
I got
country
issue.
is a
I
big,
got issue
it
with
doesn't
country.
sound anything like Red Clay Strays.
By
I
the
can
way,
tell
my
you that.
problem with country right now is that they've totally ripped off 80s power ballads. That's all country music
just
is now.
twanged them out.
And twanged them.
Mhm.
And which is fine, but just say what it is.
And pop music. I mean,
It's
it's
pop.
essentially pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop music plus boots, the river, a tailgate, and
And
a
a
cold
hat.
glass beer.
And an
You
American
mention
flag.
any one of those things, you're
Well,
good to go.
you look at these artists, and they will either write a country version of a song, or a country artist will write a pop version of a song. So,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
crazy.
yeah.
It's really weird. I think the Jelly Roll album was amazing. Is that his name?
That's something I never got into.
But that guy, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
I
about, right?
absolutely do.
That album's pretty cool.
I will tell you, I've gotten into more, fights at parties, not physical, but just
Yeah.
conversations, confrontations. When I say that I think for as tiny of a country as it is, England, for whatever reason, hands down owns rock and roll. And I know it's based in black blues music from the U.S. All those guys wanted to be blues players.
The
that
British
started it.
invasion, people forget. That early music, the blues, nobody in America listened to it
Right.
until Zeppelin, the Stones, and the Beatles went, hey, guys, you really
even
missed
Bowie,
out.
even
Yeah.
The Who.
They all
all
did.
of that.
But until
Well, I mean, half
those...
of Zeppelin's catalog. I mean,
There's
a lot of
three
their catalog,
covers
you
on
know?
Zeppelin 1.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But, like a Robert Johnson would have been, he would have
But even-
faded out of his obscurity.
even in other genres, even in other waves of music, like even in the alternative music, The Cure and Depeche Mode and New Order, like they kind of were
Well,
the
Steve,
kings of that
yeah,
stuff.
you know how I feel about that stuff.
I do. But then even,
I just feel like that's, when's Gay Pride? What month is that? When
June,
is it?
Mickey. It's June.
June.
I'll get you some hot pants.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be very proactive this gay month or whatever it is, June, Gay Pride Month. I'm all for the gay people. But a lot of that music to me, it was like, I don't know, it was like all my gay friends back then, that's what they listened to. It was like dance British new way. I didn't even know on like Depeche Mode.
Did it give you like different feelings? Were you?
Yeah.
No, I just started kissing dudes. And I was like,
do we need to get
girls.
deeper into this?
Yeah,
one?
no, I wish I could have an excuse. Do you know how many days I wake up?
When you see Robert Smith, how does it feel?
He ain't gonna do it for me. I'm not gonna lie though. You give me early Simon Le Bon or from Duran Duran, I'm in. But like I love Duran Duran.
Even super popular American bands, a lot of them got popular in the UK.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
People forget Jimi Hendrix blew up in England.
You know, even like the White Stripes or the Kings of Leon in more current times got way more popular in England before they did.
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know what it is about such a tiny place. It's tiny.
I think that because
per capita.
Well, I mean, I think what's it, 30 million or 40 million residents of England. I think I could be wrong, but anyway, I think a lot of it has to do with the class structure in England. You're working class people. You're literally call yourself working class.
I mean, in a bunch of genres too, because you look at the whole new wave of British heavy metal.
Yeah, Sabbath. I mean, invented all of that, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. Like, what is the actual line of metal? And we're all basically like, it starts with Sabbath.
I think it does.
Traditional metal.
Late 60s, that drop D heavy. I mean, that must have freaked some people out in bars when they first heard that.
Okay,
you know?
I got it. Listen, we're starting to get into a boner fest here and there, just over music. It's a sausage thing.
Yeah.
Steve, we do a segment on the show here, and a lot of people call it news. We don't here.
Okay.
At Mickey Talks, we reinvented everything that radio ever did. Now, I don't want you to feel intimidated, Steve.
I'll see if I can hang on to it.
Coming on to
see if I can survive.
I know you have a 50,000 watt blowtorch that you talk through every day, but we get the world, buddy.
Amen.
300 votes at a time or viewers at a time. No, the thing I'm saying, though, is we're going to do a bit right now brought to us by, you remember who?
Oh, yeah.
Who is it?
It's our paving friends, right? Our paving and asphalt friends.
BarnesPaving.com. Give them a call, 443-243-3710. Barnes Paving is MHIC licensed and insured, and, of course, credited with the Better Business Bureau. No job too big, no job too small. From patches to complete driveways or anything you needed paved, Barnes Paving will absolutely do it for you. So look them up at BARNES paving.com. Or give them a call at 443-243-3710. Steve, it is
Speaking of patches,
yeah.
When are you going to wear the patch? When you're breathing in, dude.
Dude, listen.
What's going on there?
Listen, it's actually better than you think. What happens is when I do a long-winded thing, that's when it gets a little wheezy. But I'm just on the vape now, dude. That's all I'm on.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Better than cigarettes, I promise you. I swear, I feel it.
For sure.
They're way better.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to eventually do the show like this.
This is Mickey Talks. Barnes Paving is the best.
BarnesPaving.com. They put an asphalt coat down my throat. I've been able to talk since. And we did a concrete segment a couple weeks ago. They ran a rough grader over it, and should be smoothing out in a couple years. We'll see what happens.
I'm going to redo the parking lot with the tar in my lungs.
Yeah.
We're going to get you we're going to get you one of those watch talk boxes. You can talk like that.
I've always, I would love one of those. But it's time to do it. It is. That's the facts, Matt. Let's do it.
Yeah. So O's had a great night last night. Jackson Holliday hit a grand slam in the second inning last night, and the Orioles went on to beat the Guardians 9-1. That was the second grand slam of the 21-year-old Jackson Holliday's career, and his pup, Coconut, Jackson's dog, was also in attendance at the game to witness that grand slam, and word is that he is a very good boy.
Can I cut in on this?
Yeah.
Jackson Holliday's 21 years old.
And looks like a surfing model from Modesto, California.
What happened to you come out of college, you play in the minors, you get grizzled, you get miserable, you stumble into the majors at 31, half sloppy. That's how I wanted it to be.
Well, they're starting to breed him at like 12 now. Don't they start breeding this?
So to put it in perspective for you guys, check this out. Barcelona, the soccer team, it's the biggest, third biggest soccer club in the world. Their star player last year,
but 17, 16,
turned he was 16 in the World Cup, turned 17. I think he's 17 right now, and he's one of the best players in the world.
But do you remember that? Like, there was no 20-somethings in the 80s in baseball, was there?
No.
Am I crazy?
And even the guys in their 20s look like they were 42. You ever look at a picture of Wayne Boggs when he's like 31? It looks like Mickey Mantle at 56.
Like, to get into the majors, you had to walk into the hotel as a minor league ball player and debate whether you're going to go to your room or the top floor and jump before
Right.
they would be like, okay, you're miserable enough now. You can go
come up to the show.
Right.
No, it's so wild, man. It is so wild.
Well, this is pretty cool. Some cool stuff happening in Baltimore. A Baltimore company has received a patent for medical spray. So it's Baltimore's BC3 Technologies. They've received a U.S. patent for a spray that can help stop serious bleeding from wounds in humans and animals.
So it's like a coagulation spray? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I think
Coagulate?
so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly.
Insta-scab.
It
Yeah.
says the company's Seal Hemostatic Wound Spray, which was recently added to the kits of EMS units and the Baltimore City Fire Department, creates a physical barrier that can seal wounds and stop blood flow within seconds.
And in
Company
other
says.
news, on TikTok yesterday, some kid squirted it in another kid's eye and blinded
yeah,
him.
he's no longer seeing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. So when like people invent stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like a serious medical breakthrough.
Yeah.
Don't you think medicine, what I'm really getting at really is medicines, and a medicine costs $8,000 a dose, right? Don't you think that the world would be better off? And just hear me out. A guy spends $20 million inventing something that saves somebody's life. Don't you think the government should say to them, look, you've invested 20, we're going to give you another 20 for your effort. Good job. We'll take it from here. And the medicine costs everybody $8. Like, wouldn't that just make more sense?
You think getting the government involved?
Well, we
is
are
gonna-
the government. You literally would set up out of our taxes. Some of the money would go to a R&D fund for research companies.
Well, I think that already exists in some forms, doesn't it?
I think as far as I don't know, I'm just talking out of my
I don't
ass
know
like I
how
do for a
any of
living.
that works.
I don't either, really. I'm just trying to make conversations between three boring guys. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite
You
things-
guys want to expose me? Fine. Go ahead.
One of my favorite things of all time, and I have my whole family saying it now, whenever we watch a medical commercial, and it's like, if you're allergic to Wegovy,
Yeah,
do not
yeah,
take
yeah.
Wegovy. And
Right.
that is the craziest line I've ever heard in my whole
If you're
life.
allergic to food, don't eat. That's what it
If
is.
a bus would kill you, don't step in front of a bus.
I mean,
like,
this-
it's the craziest thing I've ever
Like,
heard.
All the side effects are always worse than the original condition
Oh
you would
my
take the
God.
medicine for, right?
It's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. By the way, Matt, I think I'm figuring something out. Oh, nope, I'm wrong. So we do have comments on I thought I can't read them because it's too far away, but anything on there good, Steve? Can you read
I
anything?
see Liquid Scab. I see Evening Guys. I see Hey Mick. I see Hey Gents. And then there's a long one that I can't quite see.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the long one. We
Isolate that.
did our show a little different today. We broadcast from a platform called StreamYard. And so we're going simultaneously to YouTube and to what do you call it? Facebook.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure out the best way to do all this, Steve.
I think this is cool. You guys it's like the Wild West right now.
Oh,
it's
totally.
like and it's so funny because there's a million podcasts out
Yeah.
there, yet it's still on the ground floor. Like, there's
Well,
still-
because enough haven't broken yet. That's what's going to happen. So we're all held here now, waiting to break, is what this is.
We're pioneers out here
And
in the
I
Wild
think
West, man.
I'm not lying. I've
panning
watched
for gold.
once we started that last month. I've watched thousands of like clips of different podcasts. Without a doubt, this show top 5 being filmed in East Baltimore.
You hear that, advertisers?
Yeah, in East Baltimore. We might even be top 3.
Right, in the 2400 block of Eastern Avenue, between
Number one.
695 and 95.
We are
this
number
is
one.
The top.
We are number
Out
1.
of all the podcasts, we're one of them.
Yeah, we're one of them, hands down.
So,
What else we got, Matt?
So Amazon is testing its robo-taxis this summer in Los Angeles. They're testing their self-driving Zoox robo-taxis in LA. The company's website says a small fleet of retrofitted cars will be sent out with safety drivers to manually map the city before beginning autonomous driving later this summer. LA is the 6th city where Zoox is operating.
Is that driverless cars? Is
Yeah,
that what this is?
I was
Yeah.
just in Austin
You
back
did
in
it?
March for South. I did not get in one because I live the scoot life.
Right.
I like, I like those electric scooters. But
Well, you're so svelte, Steve.
there were so many of them around.
Really?
And they have a bunch of like round sensors on the top. There's sensors on each corner. And I mean, I was there for 4 or 5 days. And they pull up the stop signs, they make a right, they pull up, people get in, people get out. It just seemed super normal and it almost freakishly normal.
Yeah, well, it's
Wow.
all fun and games until the self-driving Temu taxis start
Yeah.
driving around the city.
Yeah, when you order one from Alibaba or
Right.
whatever it's called in China. What's their Amazon? Isn't it Alibaba or something like that,
yeah.
right? You know, they make 3 times the amount of money Amazon does.
Is that right?
I'm pretty
What?
sure. gotta-
Alibaba does?
Dude, you got to remember they have like 4 or 5
I seriously
times.
thought you were making a joke. I didn't think that was real.
No,
Is it
it's-
called Alibaba?
People sell the products through Alibaba is what it is.
Okay.
So
I
you
don't
can go
even-
on there if you want to sell sweatshirts.
Right.
You go in there, you find sweatshirts super cheap, and then you put your name on it and you can sell it from there. Yeah.
It's weird, but I remember reading an article. You know, the guy that owned that base, if I'm not mistaken, he left China. Like he was like not cool with the government, and he was so wealthy that the government was like trying to. I don't know the whole story because it's in China, and I don't speak China or Chinese, and I don't understand what they're saying. But I was following head movements,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of this, so I thought, well, they must be pissed.
We out of here.
Yeah, we getting this son of a bitch out of here. And this one over here, I'll tell you. And why do all of us have the same haircut? This is weird. But I don't know what it is, but it's like some crazy Chinese Amazon is like wild right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that anybody's ever going to take over Amazon. I don't think Alibaba has the quality that.
No. I
Amazon
mean, it
has,
sells
you know?
like that's where you can buy those things they make out of like the dead kids over there and stuff. Like,
do you have packages every day?
no, I never buy stuff online.
Your house, Matt?
No, not right now.
Not
We're,
every day, but like
poor right
weekly
now.
at least. A couple
My
times
dad,
a week.
my dad was an Amazon guy when I was there. Yeah.
I'll do something, right? And I'll be like, you know what? I really need an extension cord for this.
You know, show up 3 days.
Well, no, then I'll be like, I could just order it on Amazon. I'm like, no, I'm going to pick one up tomorrow. And
Right.
then tomorrow I don't pick one
Right.
up. And then I don't have it. I
Right.
go, if I'd have just ordered it,
It
it
would
would
be
have
where
been
you
here
want,
right
right.
now. So then I just start doing it. But then I find I have just junk all over the place. So I don't know what to do about it now.
I'm in need of some clothing, right? I haven't bought clothes in a long time. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
You
know.
get
if
out of
you're-
radio, you know, those free T-shirts
Yeah.
anymore.
Speaking of which, Steve, listen to this.
Oh
bit.
yeah.
This is dead serious. By next Monday, Tuesday, I will have an exact P.O. box. We are going to encourage people to send us your business, band, whatever it is.
Oh, you're going to wear logos?
We're going to wear logos. And what
Smart.
we're going to do, we're going to wear one every day. Matt will wear one. I'll wear one. And we're going to post pictures on the website. And then at the end of the month, we're going to vote on that month's favorite T-shirt.
Well, we should get the listeners to vote.
That's
the
what
viewers.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
The viewers are going to vote
Yeah,
what their favorite T-shirt that one of us wore was.
right.
And then that company wins like an interview on here or whatever. And that's what we're going to do. I think it's a cool, fun idea. Promote local business. And I get 20, 30 T-shirts
Right, and then
out
you
of
don't
it.
have to buy
I don't
clothes
have to buy
ever.
And then the month after that, we're doing shorts. Company
I was
shorts.
just going to say. Yeah.
Company jorts.
Yeah, just
Yes.
warning everybody now, July is sock month. Start printing now, please. Yeah.
When is it Boxer Week?
Yeah, October. November.
All right. Well, look, I hope you guys aren't too disappointed about the Fire Festival 2 news. It
Yeah.
was postponed until a later date.
Oh,
This
man,
person, whoever owns that thing,
Yeah.
I
Wasn't
saw.
it Ja Rule?
No,
This was the guy that got. He
Did
was
you
in
see that?
jail. There's
You-
old documentary.
Oh, yeah, I
You
saw
didn't-
it. I
yeah,
saw the
yeah,
documentary.
they did another one.
I didn't know that.
It's
Yeah,
a
so-
disaster.
You might want to sit down and grab hold of something for this one. Fire Festival 2 postponed. Yesterday, the festival's website announced the festival had been postponed, but later, language was updated to say tickets were currently not available. This is after the location then moved from Isla Mujeres, Mexico to Playa del Carmen to God knows where now. And then messages were received by ticket holders. Reportedly, they gave full refunds and said they'd be encouraged to buy tickets once again when the new date is announced.
So they did refund everyone.
Apparently, that's
Now,
what it
here's a
says here.
question.
Yeah.
Do all your ticket fee junk get refunded too?
Probably not.
Because that's got to be $30, $40 a ticket in that crap.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going through your head when you're buying this ticket, right? You
Yeah.
want to be part of the train wreck.
Yeah.
A friend of mine always used to say, like, when you buy a ticket to go see Meatloaf, you don't want to see perfect Meatloaf singing "I'd Do Anything
No, you
for
want him
Love."
breathing heavy.
You want him sweating,
Yeah.
maybe a trip and fall.
Yeah.
I think you buy tickets to that Fire Festival hoping you end up in another documentary and hoping you're eating a cheese sandwich out of a styrofoam tray
When I-
and can go,
when I saw the Brotherly Love Tour, the Black Crowes and Oasis together at Merriweather, Oasis was incredible. I was so pissed off 75% of the concert because the two brothers never looked at each other, and I was waiting for a fight. But then about 3/4 through it, you remember Liam going off on the monitor guy and throwing his tambourine at him?
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
yes, this is what I paid my free ticket for.
In the
Hey,
height of their popularity, there was a CD called Wibbling Rivalry, and it was just somebody ran audio of them fighting in a recording studio, and it got to like top 10 in the UK.
That's great.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God, Google
Did they
it right
put
now.
music behind it?
No, it was just a CD, 74 minutes of them cursing at each other, and it was like a top 10 record in the UK.
I could listen to a catalog of them two going off on each other.
Yeah.
If you're not an Oasis fan, great. Do yourself a favor, go on YouTube and just type in Liam and Noel Gallagher dishing each other, whatever you want to, dissing each other.
My favorite Noel Gallagher quote of all time is, if Eddie Vedder is so pissed off about being famous, why doesn't he go work at a bloody car wash?
Yeah, and it's so true. Yeah, my favorite quote is from Liam Gallagher when somebody asked him, who is the greatest living rock star alive? And do you know this story?
It's him. He says
No.
him.
The guy goes, I don't know, you. And he goes, nah, man, nah. It's John Lennon. And the guy goes, oh, cool. And he goes, I am John Lennon. I'm like, yes, greatest quote ever. I love it. I like rock stars being rock stars.
Here's the thing. If you're going to do something, you better think you're good at it, or why are you bothering to put it out
Right.
there for somebody? If you think
Totally.
I'm terrible at this, then why would I be doing it? Of course, I'm going to go out there thinking I'm the best at it. It's a weird attitude to go do something that you don't think you're good at in public.
Yeah, but
Steve?
Mick, you like the douchey rock star attitude. I don't like that.
I don't
enjoy that.
Listen, I don't like Axl Rose.
I think that's over. For
Nah, I disagree. Liam and Noel, it's different. Liam is different. He's an antagonist. Axl Rose was an asshole.
Dude, I went to the Baltimore Arena to watch Axl and Buckethead.
Yeah.
They didn't go on till 11.
I remember.
They
I was
played
on the
until
air that
1,
night, right.
and I'm just like, what am I doing
Yeah,
here?
what is this?
Sucks.
Oh, we're getting a call, Matt. You want to take it?
are we hooked up?
Yeah,
to
I
play
think
it?
we are. Hey, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear us?
Hi, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear her? Okay.
I can hear her.
All right,
Hello.
don't say a word. Steve Huber.
I just wanted to
Don't say
call-
anything. Jen, hold on. You know who this voice is?
I don't.
Talk for a second.
hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Ask her any questions you want. You'll figure it out.
No, I
Like 20
just
questions,
called-
Huber.
I just called to see if you fixed the phone lines yet, and the answer is no, you have not.
Yes, why does it sound bad to you?
Mickey, it sounds awful.
All right, let
What?
me hold on.
Sounds really good in my
It
headphones.
sounds
Yeah.
great on the show. By the way, this
I'm
is.
sure. I know. I listened back to make sure, but I cannot understand anything you're saying.
Then why are you answering me, liar? I know you're lying
No
to me.
idea.
No, listen. I gotta tell everybody who this is. This is my favorite radio co-host in the history of my radio career. You know who it is?
Oh, Jen.
It is Jen.
Hi.
Say hi to Steve
Hi,
Huber.
Steve.
Hello, dear.
Hi. Hi, Matt.
Hola.
So Jen, listen, you know you have carte blanche to call into this show whenever you want, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. However, don't ever do this again. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I definitely needed to check to make sure that you kept your promise
I think
about the electronics getting a little better, and they have not. So I will continue to call.
please
whenever I
do.
feel like it,
I'm
just
going to
check.
figure this out, but it does sound good on air, I swear.
You have the hotline.
Dude, I
Yeah.
can remember hanging out with Jen at Baja Beach Club and having a blast, and now she's like an old Jewish mother calling
Yeah.
and yelling at you. What's going
That's
on?
right. That's absolutely right. Nikki, fix your stuff. Fix your stuff.
Hey, Jen,
All
are
right,
you?
bye.
All right, I
Bye,
love
Jen.
you. Bye, sweetheart. All right, one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth.
That was awesome.
Do you know the day Jen left the show, Don Koenig and I were doing the show with her, and she was let go. And
I remember. I had
remember-
a teary goodbye with her in my cubicle.
Yeah, and I remembered thinking to myself, I'm really gonna miss her. I never really understood what
And
happened
she
there.
went on to be incredibly successful.
Yeah, and
Lasted
I'm
all
happy
this,
for her. But I mean, I love Jen.
Yeah.
She was the best.
Never had anything but a blast with her.
By the way, I'm going to show my shirt because I'm realizing it just looks like a rainbow shirt, which is fine. I would wear, a rainbow
Right.
Nick,
shirt.
we're
Month's
learning
coming
some
up.
stuff about you.
Yeah.
Pride Month's coming up.
This is Flagship Cinema's 30-year anniversary, and I got a free T-shirt, so that's why I'm wearing it.
Where's my flagship shirt?
There's one around here
When
somewhere.
can we
for you.
vote on that?
Sure
Can I
there
vote for
is.
that one?
But Steve, we are going to do that with
I think
T-shirts.
it's a good
Isn't that
idea.
really cool?
It is.
We are going to do it. And
You
thank you.
have you're in this Wild West, this open frontier. You
Yeah.
can try something, throw it at the wall, see
See
if
what
it
happens.
sticks.
Yeah.
It's a liberating, fun thing to do.
Here's another idea I have that you can't do on radio. If somebody wants radio, you have like payola. Isn't that what it's called? Where
Yeah.
like somebody gives somebody money and they're allowed on the radio, or you play a song.
Well, I mean, that's the
Yeah, I
whole
think that kinda-
business model.
That kind of
Actually, you
stands,
pay.
unfortunately, for us.
No, I have a way around it.
But I'm saying people,
All you have to do is be honest. I read the law. If you say it,
100%.
so here's what I'm saying.
Dude, if you listen to some radio stations, like especially like pop stations
Yeah.
out in like LA
Yeah.
or whatever, they will say this spin brought to
Do
you
you
by
Hey,
Capitol Records or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to tell everybody watching, listening, whatever. If you want to come on this show, all you have to do is pay us.
I thought you were inviting me on for Jugs for Plugs. I thought that was
well, that's
coming.
coming. We can't do. I don't even know if we're allowed to do nudity. Like, I don't think we are,
we're
right?
not- we're not doing nudity.
If
No,
you
no,
have
I
to-
know we're not. I don't want to.
If you have to think about it,
No, my
you
question is,
just
though,
say no.
I don't want to do it, and I never will. I really won't. I did it as but I was on radio. It wasn't real nudity.
All right, I'll get nude. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. But I'm wondering, like, is that even legal? I don't even know. Like, if a girl sat here topless,
It depends on what platform you're on. Like YouTube, we'd be kicked off of YouTube immediately.
we would.
Oh yeah,
I thought it's no sexual acts.
no, we'd be gone.
Huh? I'm going to talk to the YouTube people. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to sign the contract if that's their rules. I mean, they're coming to me with big
Yeah.
money, Matt. But I got,
Right, hold your ground, man.
I'm not going to
Hold
just
your
give
ground.
in and sign to YouTube for 12 million because
Yeah.
they want me. No, I got some demands that will be met, or they're not getting me.
All right, well, Diego Luna, he's the guy from the Star Wars show Andor, which I've never seen.
I've
but,
never seen
I
Andor.
love it.
Apparently, he was
I love
almost
it.
arrested for bringing a Star Wars blaster to the airport. He grabbed the prop from the set. He was a Jimmy Kimmel and told the story and revealed that he took a blaster to the airport. The guys unwrapped it and they were like, "Whoa, what's that?" He says. And he says, I was trying to grab it and they kind of freaked out and told him to get away. Thankfully, things worked out after he explained who he was, but he had to prove it. With a signed letter from, I guess, to get it back. Because normally you don't get that stuff back from TSA.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, you brought up the Star Wars thing. Did any of you're a Star Wars fan, right?
I am.
I-
I'm not cool, and this is just going to make me even worse. But I think Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie, and that's the one he was in, and that's the one Andor is based on. It's awesome.
I loved them. I did love them. I'm a huge fan of it was my childhood. I'm older than you guys.
First
Yeah.
year King.
But I will say, I didn't like any of them spin-off shows that was on Paramount or HBO, whatever they're on,
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, whatever. The one though about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Forget what that one was like. His backstory when he goes to save Princess Leia. Have you seen that? Is that Mandarin? Mandalorian. Is that the one
I think so.
where it's like
I
Obi-Wan's
honestly
No,
didn't
backstory?
watch it.
there was an Obi-Wan Kenobi like spin
Backstory.
Yeah,
I like
it was
that
Ewan
one.
McGregor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if they made another season. Like I have no
I
idea.
don't think so. I think that was a one and done.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was really cool. But like, I mean, you got to really spend a lot of time getting to know all this Star Wars stuff, as far as I can see.
Dude,
It's too
I-
much.
I think once
Yeah.
Disney bought it,
It's too much.
I'm out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney buys things, and it usually is a graveyard for them.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know. What the hell do I know? I'm an idiot
Hey,
too.
let me tell you, Disney can buy me. I am.
I'm for sale. Yeah, if Disney wants to do a fun family show like this one,
If I gotta get buried in the graveyard behind the haunted mansion, I'm
hell
good.
yeah. Think about the show though. How perfect is this for Disney? Mickey talks. If this isn't a Disney show,
Why do you not have ears on your head right now?
that's a brilliant idea.
Here, I got Disney story
Rat.
right
I'm
here.
getting rat ears.
Yeah, see,
Rat.
Steve, we're going to be the Mickey Mouth Club.
Mickey
Uh-huh.
Mouth Club.
You know?
Yeah, that's good. That's what we're gonna call our fan army.
Yeah.
the Mickey Mouth Club.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny as hell?
Really funny.
Yeah.
Here's some Disney content. A woman was arrested for pooping in a convenience store's walk-in beer fridge.
I thought I had this cleared off my record. Yes. Go ahead.
It's a 47-year-old Pennsylvania woman identified as Crystal Goss. She's been arrested after allegedly defecating inside the walk-in fridge of a Royal Farms convenience store in Hanover, PA, not too far from here. Surveillance footage shows Goss pushing aside a case of alcoholic beverages, pulling down her pants, and defecating on the shelves before leaving the store. They lost about $80 worth of merchandise. And get this, she serves as the director of food and nutrition for the local school district, now facing charges including open lewdness, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct.
You know, Matt,
I know a little bit about this story. Do you see the stat in there, Matt, as to when this happened versus when the police were called? It
no way.
happened at 5:30 p.m. The police were notified at 9:30 a.m. the next day. What happened in there that they were like,
maybe they
where
weren't
they were
stocking the shelves.
contemplating whether or not that this was a good or a bad thing?
Was it just found that later? Like nobody noticed?
I assume so. You know how
Literally, Royal Farms had a woman whose shit didn't stink. I mean, that's the greatest customer in the history. Literally, her shit didn't stink, and somebody found it at 9 a.m. and then they alerted authorities.
Lucky for
That's
her.
crazy.
Lucky for her.
Wild.
I'm being Hanover tomorrow night for 2 shows, Saturday night for 2 shows at the Church of Satire. Anybody wondering, I am trying to record 4 different hours, completely different, all stream of conscious 1-hour shows. So if you're in Hanover and want to watch a guy die on a tree,
Woo! You gonna visit the Royal Farms while you're out there?
I got to figure out. I think it's the one. If it's the one, okay. So where the Church of Satire sits,
Yeah.
behind the building is a Royal Farm. I'm going in there tomorrow night with my phone and asking, hey,
if that's the one, you definitely should.
I'm definitely interviewing the people that work there.
Talk to me about this goal of 4 unique hours. That's an insane goal.
So you know how I do comedy.
I do.
Just walk on stage and I start talking about things I think of.
Are you though going to, because you don't want to repeat stuff, is that going to be a hindrance of you, like when you're trying to do stream? When you try to find funny, dude, the more boundaries you have up, the harder it is.
You know me.
I know, but I feel like saying by hour 4, are you going to be thinking about, I don't want to go down this path because it'll be too much like what I said in hour 1?
I think no. And here's the thing. I'm going to try it.
Right.
If I repeat a bit, what I'm going to do when I edit this and it comes out, it'll be 4-hour shows with commentary. So like,
what are you going to Mystery Science Theater?
No, not like that, but like it'll be done in chat.
That joke I just did there was terrible.
Like you'll watch me for say 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'll hit a punchline, then it'll cut to me like in here somewhere recording it, and I'll go, at that moment, I realized I had told that joke before, or like I'll acknowledge the mistakes in it.
It's a wild concept.
But I've never seen anybody try to do it. So I just figured, let's just see how much material.
Not unless I haven't done anything like that since I was stoned watching the director's cut of Caddyshack.
Now, I will say, I will say this, like in this, what I'm trying to do, I do have bits that I want to do that are already like done in my head, but how I'm going to do them, when I'm going to, all that stream of conscious.
I like that.
So I don't assemble the show.
Yeah, no transitions.
And it's probably 20 to 25% pre-thought and the 75 to 80% just off the top of my head and see where stuff goes. Like I'm going to make a list of topics. I'll have that. And I might even let the audience, the way I'm really thinking about it is letting the audience before the show fill out a topic.
Kind of like improv. That's what
sort of,
improv
yeah.
shows.
I'm really good at that. Like somebody says something, I can go off for 10 minutes about it. Then I'll just pull something out of a hat, like whatever they want me to talk about and see where we go with it. So that's all this is.
I think it's going to be wild, dude.
It'll be fun, yeah.
Interested to see how it turns out. I like the idea of then in post, like, commenting about it.
I mean, cool. I might even bring other people in to comment, like watch it with me. Like, what do you think? We'll see how it goes. That's this weekend, Church of Satire, Hanover, Pennsylvania. Please make it out if you can.
All right, we need to talk about police in Washington looking for people to get high with them.
High with them?
Well,
I'm in.
Yeah, a microbiologist on TikTok talking about the 5-second rule, or Axl Rose, his income with Guns N' Roses. What do you think?
Wait a minute. You lost me at the end. So the police are looking for people to get high with them. Is that right?
He's got 3 stories left, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
I want to talk about that for a second.
You want to talk about that?
The police?
Yeah. So police in Washington State are looking
not
for
talking
people
about
to get
Sting,
high
right?
on marijuana for them so the cops can practice field sobriety tests.
Okay.
So the volunteers will need to use their own weed, but the cops will provide snacks. They're looking for volunteers aged 21 and over to consume marijuana and allow officers to practice standard field sobriety tests on them. They say this is a great opportunity for officers to learn from consumers in a controlled environment and for the volunteers to learn about their own tolerances and learn about the testing process for DUIs.
Does anybody else want these people to throw this test, though?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, of course.
Well,
I do have a theory though about that. Now that marijuana is legal so many places, people are going to drive on it. I mean,
Have you been around 695?
dude,
I mean, you just smell it everywhere.
yeah.
I said something. I was with Paul from here yesterday. We rode up the street. We were walking out of here. You could smell it. We got in his truck. We drove up 3 blocks and we're sitting at a red light. And it's like, wow, you can smell it. We then got out of the car at a different place.
And you think about it, that's just the people smoking flower. That
Yeah.
doesn't count somebody who's chewing a gummy, smoking a vape, whatever.
Yes, I mean, sooner or later, and this is probably part of it, they're going to have tests for
Hey,
people because
Steve.
everybody's like, I drive
pick a
fine.
card, pick a card. Like, yeah, no, Matt, you're right, 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, look,
coming. It's coming.
I'm a very, very recreational. I like it for anxiety. I'm not a drinker. I try very hard to be responsible. I love it if I go out, like if I go out somewhere, I know I'm not going to drink. I'll hit it in the parking lot. And then I know I'm in there for 2 or 3 hours and I'm fine. And when I come out in the car, I go home, and people go, oh, you smoke pot and you're in a bar and then you drive. I'm like, if I walked in the bar and drank 5 beers, nobody thinks I'm a piece of crap.
Right.
And then get my car and leave. I'm pretty sure I know when I'm messed up.
It's a weird generational thing, right? Because
Totally.
we came up with it being illegal.
It's
so there's
still weird for me.
Right. There's still a weirdness. But
I
our
go to the
kids, they're
dispensary
not gonna
still.
care about this. They're not going to think twice about it.
No, like my kids' ages,
Yeah.
that's the normal thing.
They don't even like drinking.
Dude, drinking is way
Yeah.
down on the
Yeah, big
college
time,
age.
big time.
More for us.
yeah. Hell yeah. You guys go smoke your weed. We're going to destroy our livers the way generations before us did. That's the other thing. I mean, we still don't know, like, has there been, I don't even know, are there major studies of saying, long-term use of marijuana really
They're
does this
starting
to your body?
Yeah, they're starting to figure stuff out.
Like what though? What's the biggest
Well,
problem?
one of the biggest things they're finding out is that it's all crap about it being a for pain. It doesn't really work for pain.
Right.
That's a lame excuse.
Right.
But they are finding that it can trigger some type of mental illnesses in people if they're susceptible to that. And they're finding that, like, for sleep, it's good for it at first, but then if you do it too often, it actually has the opposite effect. It'll
See,
wake you up in the middle of the night.
I honestly don't even call myself like a pot smoker. I'm a recreational guy that hits a pen every now and then. Sometimes, like if I'm on the weekend, I might spend a couple hours pretty high on a Saturday or Sunday, but I'm not doing anything.
Look, spoiler alert, everything you overindulge in is
It's gonna
bad
hurt
for
you.
you. Right.
Except for sex. I still can't figure out the bad part of
unless
it.
unless you pull out your back or something.
Yeah, I mean, I threw a hammy a couple years ago, but you should have seen this girl. She was huge.
But
It
I
was
mean,
terrible, Matt. 32
overindulging
years ago.
overindulging in French fries is bad for you. So yes, overindulging in marijuana is going to be bad for you. But so is that iced tea you just took a sip of. If you had it
by the
every
way,
day, all day.
Look at it on camera when you missed it. You swigged this thing. It's like, how obnoxious is this?
That
I
was
bought
your-
it yesterday.
that was your wing
I
bottle.
bought it yesterday for the wing challenge, which I won. And then I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding. And then I stuck it in the refrigerator
You
for
did great,
today.
man. You deserve props for that.
I
because
keep bringing it
I
up.
do pretty well with it. You were petrified, I think.
I don't
and
eat
you killed
spicy
it.
I just
food.
want
You
wings.
killed it.
Yeah, I do too,
Yeah.
So
Steve.
fat and hungry.
I almost asked him yesterday. Remember when he was heating them up and putting the sauces on them?
Yeah.
He had like a whole tub of nude wings.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, man, can I get 4 or 5
Oh my
just
God.
right now?
Did you do that?
No, I almost
Oh my
did that.
God, dude.
That would have been hilarious. Can I eat some of your
Right.
unflavored wings? You know what I've become a fan of, though? I love wings, and I forgot that I really do like
I
them.
could subsist on wings exclusively for months on end and not get sick of them.
There's
guarantee
a couple foods I could do. Pasta, I could do that with. I could eat pasta every day,
For
3
sure.
meals a day.
Pizza.
Pizza's tough. I love pizza. I can eat
Listen,
it for a while.
When I'm trying to cut like 5 pounds, 10 pounds, go on the wings diet.
Yeah.
Right?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wings will
Oh,
make
yeah.
you skinny.
They will.
No carbs. You eat your celery and your blue cheese. You get your vegetables. And
Yeah, I love all this
there
stuff.
you do it. Come
for sure.
on.
But I've become a big fan of garlic Parmesan wings. I like those.
Never had them. It sounds
Honey
good.
Old Bay.
Honey
Oh,
Old
that's-
Bay
Love that.
is
man.
the
Love that.
best.
Yeah.
Just got turned on to them recently.
Honey
Yep.
Old Bay. Honey
Holy
Old Bay
crap.
wings and half crab soup. I'm set for life.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys, any of you guys have a friend that, like, no matter what you say on the show or whatever, they like call you out? Like, even if you're making a joke, they're like, that's not true. Like, right? I just thought of this yesterday. I made a joke about my BGE bill because I like leaving the lights on. And then I said, my BGE bill's like double. And I don't even have a BGE bill like where I'm living. I was just making a joke and trying to say something funny.
Right.
But got called out hard on that one. So I just want to let everybody know, no BGE bill. It was a joke. So that was it. That's all it was.
Man, when I first started doing the show with you, I didn't know you were going to do fictional comedy.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
know
if
I
I'm
can-
making,
Matt,
I don't know if
Matt,
I
I
can
don't know.
handle this.
You want to head out of here?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
I say we get out of here, dude.
exactly.
First, it's the BGE bill. Then
Yeah.
it's the drug problem.
Right.
Next, he's gonna say he's had sex before. Whatever, liar. You're a liar.
Oh, God.
Let's do another story.
All right. So, how do you guys feel about the 5-second rule?
Depends what it is. If it's sex, I'm all in.
What are you doing it
In
twice?
fact, it's about 2 seconds longer than I'm
What are you
used to.
doing it twice?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
What is
Well,
it for?
there's a scientist on TikTok who put the 5-second rule to the test. He's a microbiologist. He found that dropped food always develops bacteria, whether it's been on the floor for 1 second or 1 minute.
Yeah, I think food gathers bacteria sitting on your counter.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. By the way,
But I'd say
Are you a germ guy?
It depends. Well, it depends on the floor. Okay. If I'm at home
And
and it goes on the floor,
I'll tell you this.
it's going right back in my mouth.
It depends on the floor a little bit, but what it really depends on is how hungry I am. If
Well,
I'm not
what
super
about a bar?
hungry,
What about a bar floor though?
if I'm hungry enough and a drummy hits the floor, it's coming right back
Wow.
up into my
Okay.
mouth. I guarantee
I
you.
don't care what either one of you think of me.
Yeah.
Unless there's like shit on the floor, I'm eating it.
I think I'm with you.
I don't care. Like,
You guys are tough.
what are you talking?
So I grew up on a farm, dude. I have been eating dirt and stuff my entire life.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things that
You
would
guys
turn
have
me
built
off.
a hell of a
Immune system.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Look
telling
at the
you-
size of this belly. You don't think there's some microbes in there doing their thing? Come
Let
on.
me tell you something. We were talking about. I had lupus wings. They're actually made with lupus. I could care less. If they're delicious, I'll eat lupus wings. I just don't care. I don't care where my food is.
He pulled that lupus card.
Yeah, I did. And I apologize to anyone with lupus. This was looking for Tourette's. I had Tourette's.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like I
First
just.
he's lying about his BGE bill. Now he's jumping on the lupus train. I don't know what's going on.
Good
in
Lord,
here.
man.
What I'm saying though, Matt. Like I don't. Just you drop something. Like we touched a doorknob is grosser
You're
than
right.
anything
I know.
on earth.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, but-
So, right, look at our phones.
We don't,
glaze,
but the
haze
difference
on my
is we don't
phone.
necessarily touch the doorknob and then lick our fingers.
No, but we do this. We touch the doorknob, and then now thinking we touch our face, or we wipe something off our mouth,
Rub
and
your eye.
yeah, you rub your eye. Like it's all BS. Something's gonna get
Yeah.
you.
You know,
If I drop a-
Mythbusters actually did this a long time ago.
Yeah.
And what their conclusion was that everything does get bacteria, but it really depends on like the consistency of the food, like if it's a wet food or a dry
Yeah,
food,
yeah.
and of course the floor that it's false on.
Yeah, I mean,
couldn't
a
help-
wing
like I
hits the
said-
floor. It's got some adhesive. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's going to
yeah.
pick some
Oh,
stuff
oh,
up.
Yeah.
But something that's dry, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What
I swear to God. I mean,
Do you have a bathroom eating policy? Is it a
I
no-go?
won't eat in the bath. I won't eat in the bathroom. I
Yeah.
won't do it.
Do you eat in the bathroom?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think it through.
Have you ever?
I mean, I don't think like by design, but I probably walked in there with like an apple or something before. and kept
I mean,
it
I
going.
think I could go number one with an apple or a banana.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sit down and enjoy
I
a
don't know.
hoagie.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm having a meatball
Yeah.
hero in a long
Yeah,
stay.
last thing I want to be is in the bathroom and all of a sudden be like, oh God, hey, hon, bring me that garlic salt. I brought some pizza in here. I'm going to be a minute.
Now,
I gotta
when-
rebutter this corn on the
Yeah,
cob
yeah.
here.
When the,
While I'm
when
in
the Uber driver comes to my house, I'm just like, come on in. Now,
Yeah.
come on in. The door's open.
Yeah, we're fine.
Bring it in, please.
I just think, I don't know, like the food on the floor thing, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm not going to lie. I have zero. I know people that are real germophobic, and it drives me crazy.
What about a hair?
I
Hair
don't
in your
like
food?
hair. I'll take it right off.
Yeah.
If I can pluck it off, I'm still eating it.
Me too. Again, if I'm hungry. If I'm not hungry, it might be I'm good on this.
You ever bitten something and there's a long hair in it?
Yeah.
And you're like, "Boo, I think with that."
You know what I'll do? I'll lie to myself and just assume it was mine. No,
I
it's
do it
definitely
all
my
the time.
beard hair. That was definitely my beard hair.
Yeah.
And I'll convince myself of it and continue on.
Definitely my hair. I have 14-inch long red hair. Definitely mine.
We're gonna have a floor eating contest with you guys.
If you
Just how
drop-
far you guys will
I
go.
swear to you, you could drop anything on this carpeted floor, I would eat it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd
like
check
a
it.
dog.
As long as
Yeah.
there's no crunch in my teeth,
Yeah,
I don't want that.
right.
I don't want like a.
Here's another thing. You ever been at a cookout, right, and you ate a burger, and like 20 minutes later you got up, or you come back 20 minutes later, you had like 2 bites left of the burger, there's been like 12 flies on it. Your uncle
Right.
may even sneezed around it.
Yeah,
I'm finishing it.
yeah.
I don't care.
I am too actually.
Yeah, it
Or
doesn't
the
bother
bee
me.
climbs in your drink.
Doesn't
you know? Yeah.
flick it out. Yeah,
Sometimes I'll host a cookout and I'll see somebody see something like that, like a hot dog that fell off the tray on the table and they won't take that one. And I think to myself, you should see what the grill looked like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
that hot dog went on
Yeah.
the grill.
Yeah, the grill was 5 times dirtier than this floor.
Right.
17 bars of rust just
All right.
cooked that.
Steve Huber, 100.7 The
Yeah,
Bay.
check me on the morning if you're interested.
What are the
in doing
times?
that.
5:30?
6 to 10.
6 to 10.
6-ish to 10.
Yeah, 6-ish. I've been there.
6:30ish.
If you're just tuning into the show, we had a big announcement today. I'm really happy. Oh, guess what else, Matt?
Tell me,
We're official.
really? Just got word?
We are a legal corporation.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm not going to say the name yet until I see it.
Love the name.
The name's
Love the
really
name.
a funny corporate
It
name.
is. It's great.
And it's perfect for us. And another big thing, Matt, I don't know if you know this or not, but take a listen. Just
Did you get a theme song by any chance?
Hey, listen. Wait a minute. Here we go.
You already broke the theme
I
song.
know.
It's hold on. I might have screwed up. I
I'll sing it for you.
apologize.
Mickey
No.
Talks.
No, it's awesome. I won't keep-
Hey, Yahtzee.
Mickey talks.
Yeah.
Mickey talks.
Dennis Shockett, one of Maryland's greatest talents, wrote this song for us. I am indebted to Dennis Shockett forever for this.
Here's your earworm, Huber. It's gonna be stuck in your head now.
It already is. I mean, I was
I've been
waiting for
singing
it.
this in the house all day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Oh, yeah. So let's get into it. Don't you want to do it? Listen.
Oh, I love it.
You got food on the floor and chew it.
Mickey talks.
That's hilarious. Steve Huber, 100.7
Hey,
The
come out
Bay.
and see us tonight. Das Beer Hall, the open mic night, Thursday nights downstairs, Das Beer Hall in Parkville. Mickey is a regular. I'm not trying to,
And
blow
just
up
for
your
the
spot,
record,
but
you
you're
see
there
what
quite
I
a
do.
bit.
You've seen me do.
It's fun, dude.
I walk on stage aggravated at the audience, and I text you, put me up
I know.
now.
It's fun.
I get sick of the audience, and then I go up and yell at them, and then the show gets fun after I fall on the sword.
One of the things we tried to do there is if you've never done it before, we want to make it a comfortable environment
Yeah.
to try it because I'm that kid. I loved it my whole life and I never had the balls to do it. And I kind of wish something like that would have existed because most open mics are full of bitter comics that are just writing their own jokes and not paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
We tried to turn it into an environment where if you've never
I
done
love
it
it.
before
I
or
love
whatever.
And
And,
Mick, you're there to scold them if they.
well, and
Not
if-
the
and
comedy,
if you've been
the fun.
doing it for 1,000 years,
Yeah.
like Mickey, and you want to just try out new material
That's
or just mess around and
all
just
I do.
practice crowd work, then
Yep.
it's great to do that too. So,
Yeah.
and look, for me,
Tonight's going to be no better. I'm coming pissed off. So,
Good.
no, I'm kidding. I'll have fun, like always.
email me that song. I'll have Mickey Talks.
By the way, if you play this on the
When you,
radio, but you want to make a guy's day, just say, hey, I heard a funny podcast theme song and
I'm gonna-
pop it in.
let me send you a T-shirt first. See if you wear that. And
you
if,
know
if
I
that
will.
gets voted for, then maybe
I
we'll,
promise, buddy.
maybe we'll play the song.
Yeah, I don't know the rules about payola with my
Right.
stupid theme song, but if you want to play it, feel free. That's Steve Huber, 100.7
Thank you
The
so
Bay.
much for having me. I
I want to
appreciate
thank
it.
his
Alex-
wonderful
Alex is the
assistant. I don't
best.
know what's the right word.
Producer, yeah.
his
Alex is the
producer,
best.
Alex
Social
Way.
media coordinator.
By the way, 24-year-old young lady who I've heard play a bass guitar.
yeah, she's
Ridiculous. We're going to have her on one time with her bass. And I'm going to bring a snare drum and screw her timing all up. It'll be great. Matt, anything
All right,
you need?
yeah,
to-
before we get out of here, we want to tell people please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and which will remind people just to share the Facebook feed as well. And you're doing the show from your comedy show tomorrow. Right?
So Mickey Talks tomorrow night, 5 p.m. will be done live, either from my car driving, seriously, or if I make it to Church of Satire in time, it may be a little late than 5. I'm trying my best, but I'm going to be in Hanover
awesome.
tomorrow night. So it'll look different, but wait till you see. Both of you need to get up to Church of Satire, by the way.
I've never seen it.
Dude.
Is that where you do the game show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, it's the smallest comedy club I've ever been in, but the coolest. I'm not making it up. It's the coolest vibe I have ever felt in a room. You got to see it. Anyway, the videos will be great, and I will play up on the show and stuff. Anyway, everyone, anything else, Matt, we got to get to?
I think that's it. Yeah.
What's
Subscribe.
What's today's
share,
date? Am I forgetting
like.
anybody's birthday or anything? You got anybody you need to wish happy birthday to?
You better
No,
say goodbye to your
you
sponsor.
saved me.
I want to save the show like this. I want to end the show. I forget how many years ago it was, maybe 12. I don't remember for sure. The great Brian Jack from Child's Play passed away on this day years ago. Brian Jack was one of the greatest entertainers this town ever had, an amazing singer, incredibly good looking, charismatic as hell, and a wonderful talent. Gone too soon. I want to wish the Jacobino family hello and love, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Matt, you're off for the tomorrow. Your daughter has a big event.
She's got a volleyball tournament, so
Oh,
we're
never
headed to
mind.
Philly for that
I can't believe you're going to go to volleyball instead. No, I'm kidding.
all weekend, and then back on Monday for the show.
All right, everybody. Thank you. It is Mickey Talks Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. right here on Facebook Live. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Steve Hubert, thank you.
Thank
See
you.
ya.